One now. Okay, so we'll get started. So hi, I'm Amber from Influencer Updates on Instagram, and tonight I'm going to be talking about Lily Brown. She is going to be on The Amazing Race Australia, and also her controversial Not a Chill campaign situation. Chill is her loungewear brand, so I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about influencers who have got normal jobs. I did a post this week in subscribers about that, and people were really interested. Like, there's actually quite a lot of influencers that you would think that being an influencer is their full-time job, but they actually have normal jobs on the side, or maybe influencers is on the side. And then of course the most controversial topic that I've posted about is Mitch Orval has labelled himself as an anti-vaxxer, and I'm going to talk about why. All right, so to get started, Lily Brown, she's announced that she's been cast on The Amazing Race Australia Celebrity Edition Season 2. So she is going on there as the girlfriend of celebrity's son, I suppose. So Jett Kenny is her boyfriend, and he is the son of Lisa Curry and Grant Kenny. So he's like a son of celebrities and therefore a celebrity himself. And Lily Brown is his girlfriend, so they're going to be going on that show together. The lineup looks incredible. There's so many famous people. Like, a lot of people are saying they know a lot of the faces, which is really good. I found the same with I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. I found that was a really good lineup this year as well. And I really like that they're including influencers like Sky Wheatley and now Lily Brown. So yeah, that's really exciting news. She has been saying on her podcasts recently that she's going to be traveling to Europe for 6 weeks. And I thought it was really weird because she also keeps talking about how broke she is. And I was like, well, if you're broke and you're traveling to Europe for 6 weeks, that doesn't really make sense. But now that I know she's going on The Amazing Race, that makes so much sense. Because she was saying she doesn't want to sign a lease on a new house in Brisbane when she's going to be traveling for 6 weeks because it's a waste of money. But yes, this makes sense. So she's going to be traveling over there to film The Amazing Race Australia. Also, Sorrel from Math, she's going to be on it. Cyclone Sorrel was her nickname, and heaps of people are really excited to see her. And she's going on there with her fiance, Eden. Eden is his name, and he was on Love Island Season 1. So yeah, that'll be really cool to see them on there. And I think that's all in terms of like influencers. The rest are sort of more celebrities, I suppose. But interestingly, so this was announced last night, and like obviously this would draw a lot of traffic to Lily Brown's Instagram page. People who don't know her, they might want to like get to know her because they've seen her lineup on the show, or like people like me, they're like, oh cool, like she's going to be cast on the show. I'm going to go look at her stories and stuff just to see what's happening, see what she's saying about it. And the first thing I saw when I went to her page was she'd reposted these two girls wearing Chill t-shirts. So Chill is Lily's loungewear brand. And these two girls were wearing the t-shirts and pouring water all over themselves to make the t-shirts see-through. And she said in the caption, really small, like you could easily miss it. She said, "What in the fuck is going on here? Skeleton, 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 like dead. Please report this. It is not a chill campaign, ha ha ha." And I clicked on it, and it was so weird because then that girl, what's her name? Tasha Paige. So she's got like 130,000 Instagram followers. She had posted that Lily had commented on the video saying, "This ain't it, chicks." And then she deleted the comment. It's really hard for me to keep up with this one because I am blocked by Lily, which really sucks. But yeah, so it was just really weird that off the back of that big announcement, she'd gone onto her Instagram and posted this campaign to say that it's not a campaign. And it just looked really bad. Like she was swearing about it, and then she was posting these girls like, you know, doing a wet t-shirt sort of thing. And I thought that is a really weird image to want to portray off the back of this really big announcement. But it seems that she realized that this was not a great move for her PR strategy, and she has since deleted the comment on Tasha Paige's video. She's also deleted her story, reposting it. But yes, it was also very like shamey. Also, like nobody would have thought it was a chill campaign. Like, I don't know why she had to repost it to say that it's not, when nobody probably thought that anyway. And yeah, I think a lot of people wouldn't have even known about it if she hadn't have posted it. So yes, that is the Lily Brown update for this week. The next update is so influencers getting normal jobs. So ones that I could think of off the top of my head this week, actually Provis Provis, I think that's how you say it. She prompted this discussion in my head. She posted a video this week showing that she has a 9 till 5:30 job in a PR firm. So she said she's posting a realistic day in a life. She said, I'm no stranger to random DMs saying, get a job. Like people say that to her all the time. But I already have one. Enjoy some behind the scenes. And yeah, she spoke about her full-time job at a PR agency. Although, sorry, she didn't actually say it was a full-time job. She just showed a day in the life, and it was a 9 till 5:30 job in a PR agency. So I assume it's full-time. It could be part-time. I'm not sure. But she obviously also does influencer work on the side. And then I was thinking about some other influencers who have videos, normal jobs. So Abby Gilmore, she is not ex-reality, but she went back to part-time work as a teacher's aide recently and posted about that. Jono Sauer, I think you say his name, Madison Woolley's boyfriend, he recently went back to work as an accountant. So Madison spoke about that on her podcast. Georgia Love, so she was the Bachelorette at one point, and she has maintained her career in media before and after the show, like as a journalist, as well as like presenting roles and things. But that's sort of influencer, celebrity-ish, I guess. But yeah, it was her job prior to being on that show, and it still is her job. Jimmy Nicholson, so he was the Bachelor at one point. He was a pilot prior to going on The Bachelor and is still a pilot to this day. And Erin Barnett, so she was on Love Island season 1, and she has returned to work as a nurse. So yeah, there's quite a few. I think you'd be surprised how many influencers do have normal jobs, and it's just that they don't post about them. And that makes sense. Like maybe their job doesn't allow them to post. Maybe they just don't want to post boring content sitting at a desk all day or whatever they might be doing. But yeah, just a bit interesting. And the third and final update that I've got here is Mitch Orval. So he posted 2 days ago, I posted this on subscribers. He posted a headline saying COVID vaccine to be withdrawn worldwide. And he did some commentary around that. He said that he's received death threats to his house from his anti-vax stance, like during 2021 mainly. Sorry, I'm like paraphrasing all of this. Okay, I'll stop paraphrasing and I'll say what he wrote. I received written death threats to my house for not taking this. I lost all of my brand deals. I'm still blacklisted from working with companies. I was scrutinized online, had people taking photos of me at cafes and restaurants to send to authorities for breaking the law. And he goes on to say that he survived the social pressures of not giving into it and not getting the vaccine. He's also then gone on to say, the same label you tore me down with will now build me up. I will now wear the label anti-vaxxer with pride. So as you may all remember, back in like 2020, I suppose March 2020 is when it all started, but 2021 is when it really blew up for like Mitch and Chloe. They were very obviously anti-COVID vaxxers. Like they were talking about, they were showing on their videos like that they weren't wearing masks, and you could clearly see in their stories that they were breaking like the rules around it and stuff. And yeah, I think they were pretty open about being anti-COVID vaxxers. They had previously done some YouTube videos where they spoke about questioning vaccines, and to me it was obvious that they were anti-vaxxers. They never actually said that, but Mitch is obviously saying that now, that he is an anti-vaxxer. And in terms of the headline, so I just want to explain the headline. It does say COVID vaccine to be withdrawn worldwide, and it is a bit of a sensationalized headline, as most headlines are. So it turns out AstraZeneca is one form of COVID vaccine, and they are withdrawing. So that's not that it's been like cancelled or anything. They're choosing to withdraw their vaccine from the European Union due to oversupply. So there are other COVID vaccines still available. So AstraZeneca is no longer needed. It does come off the back of them admitting that there is a link between some serious thing called thrombosis. I can't even pronounce it. But yeah, they've admitted that there is a link between their vaccine and this health issue. But I think that was always known as a potential side effect of getting the vaccine. So it is like a very, very slim chance that you might get it. But yeah, I think that the headline, COVID vaccine to be withdrawn worldwide, I don't know if Mitch has intentionally misinterpreted that to sort of like prove his point, but it is very misleading. It has not been withdrawn worldwide. It is still very much available worldwide. It's just that AstraZeneca will no longer be available in the European Union. Also, just a quick update on Mitch and Chloe is that I've noticed they've been posting each other again recently. So they started about a week ago. They both on the same night posted each other on their stories, like showing them in the house together, which they haven't done this in months, like probably all year. And then I noticed Chloe was filming a candle yesterday and she had Mitch in her house in the background. So it seems very much like their relationship is back on, for those wanting an update on that. Okay, so I will get to the questions now. Someone's asking if I've got fake tan on. Yes, so I've done a fake tan here down. It is currently like marinating and I will wash it off soon before bed for the weekend, Mother's Day weekend. All right, Sammy Robinson's new boyfriend. Yes, so this one confuses me a little bit because I posted on subscribers this week that she was showing herself with a man that had like a beaded bracelet that said SW. So I'm like, okay, cool. His initials are SW. And somebody sent me like a picture of this person, Sammy Wilks. He's got like 1.7 million followers and was like, you know, this must be who Sammy's dating. And I think it all adds up. And if you go to his page, Sammy Wilks, he's wearing the beaded bracelets in heaps of the photos. But then that same person told me that they've done some digging and it's actually this other person that she's dating. But I'm not sure. I don't have any proof of who she's dating, but she definitely is dating somebody. And yeah, she has sort of started soft launching that a little bit. If it is the other guy, he is an NRL player, but this Sammy Wilks guy is a singer, I believe. Anna Paul's story is a little insensitive. Okay, I haven't actually seen her story, so I'm just going to look that up right now. I'm wondering if it's... Okay, yes, I see what it is. It's Atis Paul holding a knife saying there is nothing illegal about this. And yeah, I think that is actually extremely insensitive. I hope that she doesn't realise what she is implying with that. But obviously, like with the whole violence against women thing at the moment and Atis being a man and holding a knife and all of the stabbings that have been happening, that seems extremely insensitive. So not sure what's going on there. Thoughts on the celeb blockouts? Do you think any Oz people will be affected? I don't actually know what that is, but if anyone knows, let me know because that sounds interesting. Someone's saying here comes the anti-vax fans. Yeah, if people want to DM me or their opinions about vaccinations, like, I'm not interested. I really don't care. Like, talk to somebody else. Abby Chatfield actually addressed it tonight. She was saying, oh, this Mitch person is talking about anti-vax. And I just thought it was interesting that Abby obviously doesn't know who Mitch Orval is. Bit of a burn to Mitch's reputation. I mean, bit of a burn to Mitch's ego in that post that she did. But yeah, she's saying that basically what I said, I suppose, that yeah, it's not that all COVID vaccines are no longer available. Other people are saying about Anna's story. I am very shocked by that, and that's, yeah, very insensitive. Influencers doing a question box but not ever answering them. It's so annoying. I'm in two minds about this. I agree it's annoying, but I know that I do it as well. Like, I'll do question boxes and then I won't get to it until like 2 or 3 days later, and then I'll like bulk post. And it's just because other stuff goes on in the meantime. And I'm wondering if that's what happens to them. Like they think, okay, I'm going to have like an hour tonight to do some questions, but then something else happens and they're posting about that instead. But yeah, it is a bit annoying. And sometimes I'm wondering if maybe they're saving up the questions for like a podcast or something. I think that is quite common for them to do that. But yes, it is annoying because Q&As are my favorite thing on Instagram. I love when anybody does them. I need to know what Lily said to Tasha. She must have dirty deleted it before I saw all the comments to her. She just said, "This ain't it, girls," or something. Sorry, I have it on my phone. I was looking at it just before. Sorry, this is a very, very old phone. What did she say? "This ain't it, chicks." That's what she said to them. Nothing over the top, but I don't know why she felt the need to comment. It was a bit random. Love your PJs, Amber. Where are they from? They are from Peter Alexander. So they were a present from my sister. Oh, Oh, someone's saying something about the Tea Time Facebook group. I haven't been on there lately. I need to have a look. They always have very interesting things. Pajama appreciation comment from Olivia White. Thank you. Ooh, this is an interesting one. Apparently Matt Zukowski now works for Tammy's dad. That is interesting because I heard on a podcast recently, I think it was Tammy was doing a podcast interview with Lily Brown, and she said that Matt Zukowski works for his own dad, but I don't know what doing. And okay, interesting that if he now works for Tammy's dad. I wonder what he's doing. This is something that I have not been able to solve for so long, and it gets me thinking. Molly from FBOY Island is back at normal work. Yeah, so you would think that being like one of the leads in a show like that, like a dating show, that they would go on to be able to make a career out of influencing full time. Maybe they don't want to, but yeah, I think a lot of them are working in normal jobs. Any word on why Ashy Bines' Baseline brand manager quit? Ashy hasn't mentioned it. Do you think they're going to phase out Baseline due to lack of interest? So yeah, this week her brand manager, I can't remember her name, Jade. Yep, Jade was her name. She has, I don't know if she's quit necessarily. I assume she wasn't fired because she's still got like a whole heap of posts of her and Ashy together on her page. But she posted like a reel saying like day one of being unemployed. So it implies that she no longer works for Ashy, and it's not like she's going to another job because then she wouldn't be unemployed. So yeah, I found that very interesting that she posted that because obviously everybody's going to be wondering what's going on. I don't think that they're going to be phasing out Baseline. I feel like she's releasing new collections just recently. She's just started doing pajamas, which a lot of people were confused by because her ex-bestie, Gretty, she used to have a pajama brand called something like Zaya. I think it was called Zaya. But I don't believe Gretty has the pajama brand anymore because if you go to her Instagram, it's no longer in her bio. But if you go to like the link tree, there is a link to the website and everything's on clearance. It's like nothing over $40. So I don't think that she's like stepping on Gretty's toes by like competing and doing pajamas. But yeah, so Baseline has now expanded to pajamas. So I don't think that I'm assuming there must be interest and she must be doing quite well with it. Yeah, people are asking, what does Matt Zukowski do? I don't know. Oh yeah, Aussie Shore. So if you didn't know, there's going to be a new TV show called Aussie Shore. It's like Geordie Shore or Jersey Shore, but the Australian version, and Charlotte Crosby from Geordie Shore, she's going to be hosting it. It's currently being filmed in Cairns, and I really hope they have like a loose cast for it because it has so much potential, but Australians are very scared of going on reality shows and making a complete fool of themselves, I find. Like, when you look at the international versions of shows, they're just so much more dramatic and juicy. So I really hope that the Australian one is good. Oh, also I'm going to the filming of a TV show in a few weeks. So yeah, hopefully I make it onto the show. It's just like a game show. But yeah, I'll let you all know how that goes. If I get onto the screen, I suppose. We'll have to see. Have not seen Georgie Stevenson's husband recently. Yeah, so I'm sure everything would be fine between Georgie and Tim, but I believe that Tim is probably at a retreat because I feel like he and Georgie go to lots of retreats and yeah, they're always like, growing and doing personal development and stuff. But yeah, it's weird that we haven't been told why he's not on her stories at the moment, but watch this space. I'm sure they'll give us an update. Yeah, this is a very interesting point. Someone said here, can we talk about how Lily posted paying customers on her story, telling people to report their videos just because they are OnlyFans creators? That is such an interesting way of looking at it because, yeah, these girls who had the Chill t-shirts on, they were assumingly paying customers. And yeah, why would we report their video? Like, they're just making content. They're allowed to wear the t-shirts. That is very true. Sarah's Day, your thoughts on her recent videos, RE pregnancy, saying she didn't say she was struggling. Telling followers to get a hobby and not be obsessed with her, discussed on Outspoken today. I haven't listened to the Outspoken podcast yet, but it is my favorite podcast. I definitely will listen to it. But Sarah's Day was recently announced she was pregnant, and somebody said to her, like, you know, you've said that you struggled to get pregnant, and it's a real kick in the guts to people who like have been commenting on your videos, like resonating with you, saying that they too are struggling, and then it turns out you got pregnant so quickly and you just haven't told us yet, sort of thing. And she was like, well, you know, it took 4 months to get pregnant. I know that's not a struggle. I've never said it was a struggle. We actually got pregnant really easily. We're very fortunate like that. And you need to just stop obsessing over me and get some better hobbies and get some better things to do. Basically, that's what she said. And I don't know, I think that it must be so annoying for her that everything she says and does, people attack her. So people, I don't know if she did say that she struggles. I know that she built her brand on saying that she used to struggle because of like PCOS and things. And maybe for her first pregnancy, she struggled. Actually, no. I feel like she said that her first baby was an accident. So maybe she never struggled to get pregnant. I don't know, but I don't know if she did say that she struggled this time, but I feel like her snapping back at people like that is not going to achieve anything. Like, it's not good for her branding. It's not good for the person commenting because they don't want to be snapped back at. And yeah, it just doesn't look good for anybody. And that person is allowed to feel that way, if you know what I mean. But at the same time, it would be very frustrating for Sarah. Like, she's just announced that she's pregnant and it's all very exciting and people are like hating on her. I don't know. What's wrong with Lily Brown wanting a particular look for her brand? Nothing is wrong with it, but like the other person said, why is she wanting to report paying customers for wearing her clothing? Like, she just needed to ignore it. They're just paying customers wearing her clothes. Like, when you have a brand, you can't stipulate where people wear your clothes or how they wear them or what content they post wearing the clothes. So yeah, that's the issue there. Wonder if Mitch and Chloe's kids get general immunisations that are required to go to school. I do not believe so. So that was the YouTube conversation they had a few years ago when they were deciding whether to vaccinate their son. Very much seemed like they were not going to. But I think that the rules around vaccinations for schools are that I don't think you have to be vaccinated. I think you have to provide a vaccination record. So that record might say you were not vaccinated, but you need to provide a vaccination record. I believe that's what it is. I'm going to get so many DMs about that. I really shouldn't have spoken about this stuff. It's really annoying. Your thoughts on the Stella cover for Mother's Day where they decided to feature Ellie Gonsalves on the cover and she is open about not wanting kids. That is such an ironic choice, isn't it? I didn't know that she was on the cover. Maybe that's the conversation she's going to be having in there, but also like on Mother's Day, mums don't want to read about somebody who is deciding not to be a mum. Like that is truly bizarre. Truly bizarre. I'm just sorry, I'm reading some people's comments. Love your hairstyle tonight, thank you. It's just tied up for me to do my fake tan. It's so funny that I get on here with fake tan and pajamas. Like, if I was talking to people in real life, I would absolutely never dress like this, but I'm sure nobody minds. I'm hoping that it just makes you all feel comfortable to just be in your pajamas watching the video as well. Thoughts on Mik Testa's new boyfriend, that she claimed for months it was a cousin. I did not know that she was claiming he was a cousin. That is so annoying. It really annoys me when people lie, and that is a flat out lie. Honestly, is that her new boyfriend? Like, I feel like in the past, she's come out claiming that so many people are her boyfriend and they never actually are. So I just don't know what to believe there. Oh. Okay, so this is the celeb blockout list somebody mentioned earlier. The idea behind it is that they block out influential people who are not using their platform for raising awareness around world issues. This started at Met Gala. Interesting. I have not heard of this and I definitely need to look into it. But who is blocking these people? Because I don't believe influencers are responsible for talking about world issues. Like, it's not up to them, if you know what I mean. I wouldn't go to an influencer for information on that topic, and they are probably choosing not to be educated on that topic, which, you know, could be wrong in itself, but I don't know why they should have to talk about these world issues. Rachel Dillon's wedding looked so beautiful. It looked so beautiful. The amount of flowers she had was absolutely insane. Like, there were so many. I was sent some links by somebody who was showing me 2 other influencer weddings who had been at that venue, and they all looked quite similar, but it is such a nice spot. I love it. Oh, somebody's going to the Subtle Mummy book launch tomorrow. That should be fun. Subtle Mummy. I can't remember who that is. I need to have a quick look because I'm wondering if that person's blocked me. The Subtle... Oh, okay, the Subtle Mummy. It's this person. So she was in Big Brother. That's really cool. I didn't know she had a book coming out, and that will be really fun to go to that launch. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else. Anything on Jazz Hand. I don't have any tea. I believe she still has her boyfriend Peter, but she recently did like an interview with Riley Hempson, and Riley asked if she had to run down Burley in a G-string and nothing else, or Jazz Handmade do a collaboration with Shein, which would she choose? And Jazz said she would never do a collaboration with Shein. I thought that was funny. Thoughts on Just for Girls podcast and their advice? To be honest, I actually think that given that they are 20, I think they are, or 21, I think they actually have very good advice for their age. I mean, obviously advice would differ as a 35-year-old like I am, but I think that I do listen to their advice, and I think, yeah, that's really good advice for their age. I went to school with Jazz Hand's boyfriend Peter. He's just quiet and more of a private person. I imagine he just doesn't want to be on camera. They're a cute couple. Yeah, well, he's probably also busy working. That's what I would assume. Sarah did say she would struggle, but I think she was going off what the doctors said. My sister got told and fell pregnant. That is so true. Maybe Sarah was saying that the doctors said she would struggle, not that she did struggle. That's a really good point. But yeah, I don't know what she actually said. Someone said here in Queensland, you don't need your children vaccinated to go to school. Yeah, that's what I was under that impression as well. Did you watch the Met Gala favourite dress of the night? I didn't watch it. I have looked at quite a few of the photos, but honestly, I'm too busy looking at the Aussie influencers. Favourite dress of the night? I don't even know. I mean, I just saw all like the popular ones, like Tyler, that water singer, how her dress, it looked like it was sprayed on. It was so tight, and they had to like lift her up the stairs. I thought that was very cool, and I liked that it was very like costumey, because like the Met Gala is supposed to be a costume gala. It's not meant to be like a look as pretty or hot as possible gala. So yeah, I thought that was cool. And I also like I don't know which website it was. It might have been Diet Prada or maybe Fashion Critical, how they posted like an old fashion thing. It was like from 10 years ago. It's not even old fashion. It was like Met Gala dresses from 10 years ago. And it's crazy to see how dated some of the looks are. Like there's people like Blake Lively, her look will never date. She looked amazing. But then like people like Margot Robbie and stuff, like their looks are just so dated. It's really interesting to see. Justin and Hailey, it's meant to say. Justin and Hailey Bieber are having a baby. Yes, they are. I imagine that their announcement post is going to be like the most liked post ever on Instagram, but I'm just guessing. I think the Mesha twins are so boring, especially their podcast. Honestly, I never hear anything about them, which is really weird because I would think being Aussie and they've got a lot of followers, especially on TikTok, I would think I would hear a lot about them. I might start looking into them again. Any more goss on white t-shirt, tattoo, elbow man? So Lucy Jackson has been soft launching a boyfriend, and in a lot of the photos he's wearing a white t-shirt and she just shows his elbow, which has a tattoo on it. So I dubbed him white t-shirt elbow man, tattoo elbow man, just as a joke, obviously, like it's funny. And Lucy did a TikTok this week showing her, like she was showing Nikki the video, and Nikki was just dying laughing and Lucy was dying laughing, and they mentioned it in their podcast as well. And people were writing in the comments, because I wrote in the comments like hilarious, and people were like, oh my God, they're laughing at you, like it's not a compliment. And I'm like, okay, like either way it's hilarious, like I'm not easily offended. So funny. Can you do longer lives? Well, tonight's one has been really long, 30 minutes, so it's more just that I try to keep it short because I like to go to bed, firstly. And secondly, I then have to like upload it to YouTube and like do all the captions and everything. So it takes a very long time. I think that I've got through most of the things. If I didn't get to your question, please send me a DM. If you've been trying to subscribe but haven't been able to through the Instagram subscription, let me know, because I now have like a workaround. I have like a different platform that I use for people who can't subscribe. And yes, thank you all for tuning in tonight. And I hope you all have a really good weekend, and I will see you all next Friday night. Thank you. Bye.